Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to European Nights and Unexpected Beatdowns, where dreams go to die and Real Madrid fans go to cope. Everyone in Spain was talking about a remontada, the great comeback. Instead, what they got was Arsenal calmly walking into the Bernabéu, unplugging the Wi-Fi and leaving with their shoes still on. Final score, Real Madrid 1. Arsenal 2. On aggregate, a savage 5-9. And yes, that sound you hear is the ghost of Raúl sobbing into a Florentino Paris scarf. 1. The setup. Bernabéu bravado meets Emirates efficiency. Madrid fans came in high on hopes, hashtags, and hallucinations. La Remontada was the trending prophecy. The Bernabéu was closed roof, the ultras were in full volume, and Mbappé had just moisturized his legs. What could go wrong? Oh, just Arsenal showing up with more calm than a yoga instructor. The Gunners weren't there to fight chaos. They were the chaos. They were the chaos. The pre-match energy in Madrid was so intense, you'd think they were summoning football gods. The crowd was roaring, the lights were dramatic, and even the ball boys looked emotionally invested. Meanwhile, Arsenal showed up like accountants at a board meeting, unbothered, over-prepared, and there to balance the books. They didn't flinch, they didn't overthink. They just casually dismantled the remontada narrative like it was an expired myth from 2016. Madrid had 66% possession, but it was the kind of possession where you hold the TV remote and still can't find a good channel. Saka missed a penalty early on. Courtois said, "Not today, child," but Arsenal just shrugged and said, "Okay, maybe later." And later came in the 65th minute when Saka tapped in a team goal so smooth, it should have been sponsored by Nivea. Then Saliba tried to make things interesting with a defensive oopsie, handing Vinny Jr. a freebie. Classic Arsenal, trying to keep it spicy. But Madrid's comeback lasted shorter than a TikTok video, and Martinelli decided he wanted to be the villain in their remontada fan fiction, scoring in the 93rd minute with a counter so lethal it should be regulated. 2. Real Madrid. The art of doing too much and achieving too little. Madrid had 18 shots. Want to guess how many were on target? 3. Yes, 3. That's the same number as your average. Are you still watching? Netflix prompt. Meanwhile, Arsenal played like they had a flight to catch. Efficient. Ruthless. Annoyingly mature. It's almost like Arteta downloaded Pep's tactics, removed the overthinking bug, and added a working defense. Watching Real Madrid in this match was like watching a gourmet chef bring 27 ingredients to the kitchen, only to serve a bowl of plain rice. They had possession, pace, and world-class players, but no actual plan. It was all flair, no fire. At one point it felt like they were trying to unlock Arsenal's defense with an interpretive dance. And the more they passed sideways, the more Arsenal's backline just stood there like, "Are you guys done yet?" Mbappé, invisible. Rodrigo, lost. Bellingham, running vibes, not plays. Madrid fans before the match, we believe in miracles. After the match, where's Ancelotti's resignation letter? The funniest part? Arsenal had less possession, fewer shots, and still made Madrid look like a team of overpaid extras. Madrid's strategy was essentially pass sideways, hope for divine intervention, get cooked on the counter. 3. Declan Rice. The English wall Madrid couldn't hack. Declan Rice showed up and made the Bernabéu his garden. 2 free kicks in the first leg, a masterclass in the second. Man of the match? Obviously. His XG was higher than Madrid's hope levels after the second goal. Rice defended, distributed, and practically ghosted Jude Bellingham like an ex with boundaries. While Madrid's midfield resembled a group chat with no admin, Declan Rice was out there conducting a symphony. Every time Bellingham or Tchouaméni tried to make something happen, Rice popped up like a "not today" notification. His positioning was telepathic, his tackles were legally spiritual, and his aura gave Arsenal fans more peace than a deep-breathing app. If Real Madrid thought they were going to waltz through midfield, Rice reminded them this wasn't a ballroom, it was a battlefield. Rice didn't just break up play, he broke up Real Madrid's spirit. One moment he's tackling Mbappé, the next he's doing press interviews like a calm British statesman. Madrid looked like they were playing against 3 Rices: defensive Rice, creative Rice, and spiritual Rice. Someone please check that man's passport. He might be part Spanish now because that midfield belonged to him. 4. Saka. From penalty pain to Bernabéu redemption. Bukayo Saka stepped up early to take a penalty and shot it like he was aiming for the moon. Courtois said thank you, and Madrid fans chanted like they'd already won. Fast forward to minute 65, Saka scores a brilliant team goal. Suddenly, those chants turned into confused sobbing in Castilian Spanish. Saka's redemption arc had all the drama of a Nollywood epic. A missed penalty, 1,000 Spanish hopes ignited, and then boom, poetic revenge delivered with the calmness of a man buttering toast. The way he tucked away his goal wasn't just clinical, it was therapeutic. For Arsenal fans it was closure. For Madrid fans it was heartbreak in HD. And for neutrals, it was the moment they realized Saka might be writing his own Champions League folklore. Saka missing the penalty was just him being generous. He wanted to give Madrid some hope before crushing it personally. The way he passed it into the net. Disrespectful. Like sending a breakup text with perfect grammar. Saka's entire Champions League campaign reads like a Disney redemption arc. Misses early, comes back stronger, wins the day. Cue the soundtrack. 5. Saliba's glitch and Martinelli's mic drop. William Saliba had a minor brain freeze, gifting Vini Jr. a goal. Madrid fans thought this was the turning point. It wasn't. Because this isn't 2018 anymore. And Arsenal aren't Spurs. In the 93rd minute, Martinelli turned into Sonic the Hedgehog, dashed through the tired Madrid midfield, and slotted in a dagger that made the entire stadium go silent. Except for the away end, which turned into a rave. Saliba's error was the kind that makes defenders stare at the pitch like it personally betrayed them. One slip, one lapse, and Vinicius was off celebrating like Madrid had just found the comeback key. But instead it was just the snooze button. And just when Madrid dared to believe again, Martinelli pulled out a 93-minute counter-attack so cold, it could refrigerate leftovers. The Brazilian sliced through tired legs and fragile egos like a late-night Uber driver with zero regard for speed bumps. Saliba's mistake was that rare Arsenal throwback, a vintage collector's item. Fortunately, it didn't come with a side of collapse. Martinelli's goal was so calm, even Courtois didn't bother diving. He just watched like, yeah, that's fair. Martinelli plays football like someone who knows the exact timing to drop a plot twist, and Madrid fell for it. 6. Carlo Ancelotti's future. To stay or to siesta? After the game, Real Madrid fans started playing their favorite post-elimination game. Whose fault is this? Top answers: Ancelotti's tactics, Mbappe's invisibility, and Vinicius not being allowed to clone himself. Carlo said keep your heads up. Madrid fans heard, I'm updating my LinkedIn. Ancelotti stood on the sidelines like a man trying to remember if he left the stove on. His eyebrow barely moved, but inside you could tell the tactical IKEA shelf had collapsed. Post-match, he offered the usual calming platitudes. Keep your heads up, we go again. But the Bernabéu faithful weren't buying it. The man who once conquered Europe now looked like a professor whose students all failed the final exam, and he just realized he might have taught them the wrong syllabus. Madrid fans after the first leg, we believe in the Bernabéu magic. After the second leg, maybe it's time for a rebuild. Ancelotti looked like a man who lost his TV remote, and then realized it was in his hand the whole time. This wasn't tactical chess. It was Arsenal playing checkers while Madrid played hopscotch. 7. Fan reactions. The Battle of X, formerly Twitter. Arsenal fans from PTSD to PSG baby. Arsenal fans were in full celebration mode, quoting Bible verses, Shakespeare and old Wenger interviews all at once. One fan wrote, Madrid built a billion-dollar squad to get humbled by Marino and Rice. I love this game. Real Madrid fans. Pre-match we're cooking. Post-match, burn it all. One post said, at least now we can focus on the league, which is the universal cry of European defeat. Neutrals. Everyone else? Popcorn. Tweets like, this is the most un-Madrid-like Madrid performance I've ever seen. Barcelona fans quietly giggling like they just witnessed karma in HD. 8. The history books just got rewritten. Arsenal is now unbeaten in 4 matches against Real Madrid. That's not a record. That's a flex. They're heading to their first Champions League semi-final in 16 years. And just like in 2006, they beat Madrid at the Bernabéu along the way. History doesn't repeat. It just likes to gloat. For years, Arsenal's European story read like a tragedy, full of hope only to be undone by Bayern Munich therapy sessions or self-inflicted wounds. But this time, they turned the page and wrote a thriller. Winning twice at the Bernabéu isn't just history, it's historical trolling. They didn't just beat Madrid, they made it look casual, like checking off an errand. Oh, just popping over to Spain to humble a 15-time champion. Be back by dinner. This wasn't just a win, it was a public statement. A TED Talk. A symphony of composure and competence. Real Madrid came expecting to haunt Arsenal. Instead, they got ghosted. Now Arsenal face PSG. From Vinny Jr. to Mbappe again. It's like boss level to final boss. Let's hope Arteta saved the cheat codes. 9. Closing thoughts. Arsenal wrote their own script. So, was this Arsenal's greatest ever Champions League night? You tell us in the comments. Just be gentle if you're a Madrid fan. They've been through a lot, like, a lot. And if you're still waiting for La Remontada, try again next year. Maybe check if it's still under warranty. Smash the like button, subscribe for more football satire. And remember, if you ever feel like you're having a rough day, just remember Real Madrid had 66% possession and still got cooked. Bye for now.